So I wanted to talk a little bit about forgiveness and what forgiveness does for us. So forgiveness, it wipes the inner slate clean. It stops us from carrying past into our present moment, and the present moment defining from the past our future. This means that we live our future from our past. That's not neutralized. And so this state of awareness or consciousness as forgiveness wipes clean the storage that we've stored. We could call this karma, but the impact on our psyche, on our soul, that is carrying this burden. And what it does is it allows us to see with clean, pure, fresh, new vision or eyes. It frees us. Why does this have a value? This is valuable because when we see through our experiencing that we have believed others to be something other than what they truly are, which is soul, which is wholeness. When we've chosen to believe that their personality or the ways that they're showing up in this moment is who they are and is not a representation of pain for them, of their own past conditioning, of their own humanity, we have reduced ourselves to that which we see, and we carry the image of the other with us in partiality. Reducing others to what they are not reduces us to what we are not. In truth, in wholeness, we are forgiven. The word in that way, in that existence, doesn't even exist. We are an isness. We are whole. We are free of past burden. Until we are living in wholeness ourselves, utilizing tools, spiritual tools, to alleviate the burden of the reduction of awareness or consciousness, so that we stop burdening ourselves, believing, for example, that a breadcrumb is a whole loaf, that what we see appearing in the other superficially is who they are in truth, when in truth, who they are or what they are is much greater than our capacity to find and define it in a word. Often what we're relating with what we ourselves are healing within our own consciousness, are clarifying and returning to wholeness within ourselves. When we go from a reduced state of awareness into an expanded state of awareness, this shift in awareness, this contrast of the previous into the newness, feels like freedom, because we have been freed like a prison from a reduced sense of awareness into something more expanded. When we see that consciousness itself is like this, we move from reduced states of awareness into more expanded states of awareness. Then we understand that to define something and make it an isness imprisons our awareness and reduces it, thus imprisoning us first. So in this way, forgiveness becomes a 0 point energy. It becomes a neutralizer, a restorer, a redeemer. The memory is present, but the attachment to the meaning or to the emotion is no longer present, where we can remember it, but it's integrated as a whole part of us again, where it's no longer being caught in memory and pulling us, our emotions, our focus, into a reduced state so that we can stay in our expanded sense of awareness, in truth. So continuing practices that free us or liberate us from reduced senses of self are helpful in our remembering process, in our unfolding, in our becoming aware of the mystery as we surrender all that isn't and open ourselves, allow ourselves the opportunity to be introduced to what is waiting for us through that surrender. This is a hero's journey. We don't know. Yet, what we can know is what was isn't who we are. So we can be sure going backwards is only going to keep us stuck in the same consciousness and thus generate and perpetuate more of our own suffering. Will we understand then that going backwards isn't freeing us? We don't. We understand that letting go and opening, allowing ourselves to receive something new and a different vibration, a newer sense, different from the past, unconditioned by the mind and its experiences, we choose, we jump, we allow, we open, we surrender, and then we experience. We see, we acknowledge, we observe.